soul again. Everything you say just make me cry. Everything you say is just a lie. I've always tried to make you happy. You won't be happy, not the happy kind. It's not the middle or the beginning. It's at the end, it's almost done. Well, I'm so goddamn condescending. Guess you gotta get, guess you gotta go, guess you gotta find, guess you don't mind taking time fermenting. Like to tell you that you did real good, yeah, you gave it your best shot, but I'm just kidding. Everything you say just make me cry. Everything you say is just a lie. I've always tried to make you happy. So happy, so happy now. You won't be happy.
Alright, hey, this is Hillbilly with Rockstars Glued Radio. How you doing today?
Hey, we're wonderful. How are you today?
I'm doing
Awesome.
I'm doing awesome. So who's all with you today? And just like introduce yourselves individually and what do you do in the band real fast to let the listeners know who we're talking to.
I'm Austin, the singer, performer, the guy that messes around with strings, a.k.a. guitar player.
All right, cool. Where are y'all based from anyway?
We're based out of Nashville, Tennessee, but of course no one's from Nashville. We're from all parts unknown.
So how's the rock and metal scene down that way? I know it used to be great, but I don't know. Today's industry has been kind of slow, but how is it down that way, this rock scene?
I think the venues, there's less venues, but the ones that are out there have great sound and they're putting out a good quality product. So you lost some as far as folks that close down. Their own band playing nowadays too.
Now, how long has For Lack of Lithium been a band anyway?
That's a really hard one to define because there's been a couple of attempts that at the time it was called For Lack of Lithium, but looking back on it now, I don't think that it was. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking from 2007 until now has been the creation and where we are. I don't know a good term to call where we are now. Like, I don't know if it's like the epitome, like the best we ever could be, because I think we get better by the day. So We'll see when I get a really good creative word for this one. So
now, how do you all feel the music industry has changed since y'all been a band anyway, or musicians?
It seems less bleak now. Definitely tougher too, though, on the same page there.
Right.
It's difficult to see what skill set you need to have to be successful in the industry because it keeps changing on a day-to-day basis. But it looks like the old school of just rehearsing and knowing what you're doing is at least still good for something in there.
So how did y'all come up with the name For Lack of Lithium?
I've got a couple of good stories behind it, but one of the better ones, there was a girl I was living with, and she was prescribed lithium. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Until she didn't have it for a few days, and evidently there's some kind of chemical imbalance thing that if you don't have it and you need it, it goes just wrong, really, really wrong. And I said something that one might consider just a little mean from the living room, and she threw an iron skillet at me, and it made it through the kitchen, through the sheetrock on both sides of the wall, and almost got me in the living room.
Wow.
And then I realized For Lack of Lithium is a very, very bad thing. Rich version, crazy chick.
Awesome. How did y'all meet and how did y'all come together? Did y'all know each other beforehand, like for a few years when you was younger? How did y'all form and came up with the band?
Nashville's a funny town. Nashville's full of folks I like to call sharks, just amazing players that you can walk up and take three guys that are just kind of wandering through Guitar Center or Sam Ash and start an amazing band with just the talent level that's in the city. But we didn't form like that. We just, there was a couple little versions of the band that the drummer, Fry, and myself had played in, and all the material started. And then I went to school with Sal, and hadn't seen him in a decade, and it just kind of worked out. It's a strange happenstance of coincidence.
Now, y'all just released y'all's debut full-length album. I love it. So how did y'all come up with the name for the title of the CD that you just released? Is there a story behind that too, or?
Well, I think the after the pride, before the fall, like you've always heard, with the pride comes the fall, and
Yeah.
I think that's really true. But I also think that right before you fall, there's that perfect moment, and I'm just wanting to get that perfect moment. I'll fall later.
Right, exactly. For this album, what's y'all's songwriting process? Is it like an individual or group effort? How did all of y'all's songs come about?
I think in my weirdness, I found a lot of good outlines, and then once I've picked out an outline long enough and I have no idea what to do with it, the band all comes in, and then it becomes the full song.
Right, cool.
Like,
Is there a song off this album that maybe more have a special meaning to you, or you feel closer to than others, or stands out, you feel more proud of than other songs?
I am proud of every single one of them on there, but some of them just hold more true to the type of craziness I was feeling at the time. And I think Quickly is at least the meanest one off the record. And it's one of those looking back is like, wow, I thought that's so mean. But it's good for venting. Like, yes, my mom would be long way, hands down.
Oh, yeah?
Easily, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, mine as well.
Oh, yeah? Awesome. I don't know, I love all of them, so I can't really choose one. But I do I play on my shows since it's been released, leading to the fall. But I really do like Happy Kind. That is awesome. That's an awesome song. As far as the lyrics and all that, how do they come about for them songs?
I kind of just rant, and they generally come out all at once, and like the lyric process is just really cut and dry and finished within 5 minutes for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And all the long, drawn-out, winded things tend to just spout forth in a couple of seconds, and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's it. Now, there might be 5 different versions of the big, long spout of things that I'll pick through later.
Yeah.
I can write pages of that stuff. I have no idea where it comes from.
Right. Now, since y'all been a band, how do y'all feel like y'all evolved and progressed as a band?
It's night and day from the beginning, like going from just those dudes that may have kind of sucked to, I think there's a good chance we might be like pro players or something.
Right.
I might be wrong, but I think we might be kind of doing this now.
I keep, every time I post something up about you all, I got a whole bunch of people that's tuned in to my shows, and they say, oh yeah, that whole album is great, because they could hear it on Spotify. They're like, man, that's so great. So I've been getting great feedback on my end about this album. Y'all doing a great job.
It still blows my mind that people dig it, because this is just what I want to be doing anyway. So if folks are liking it, that's even better. Like, I'm feeling cool with being like, what's that weird dude doing? Oh, that's just his band, man. But when folks are like, oh, I kind of like what that weird Phoenix band is doing.
Right.
That means the studio, too. It's really nice to hear somebody say, hey, that stuff's really cool, and start telling us what songs their favorite from this. It's really cool. And the reasons why that song's their favorite is always a cool thing to hear.
Right. Who's y'all's musical influences as a band, and who has affected you most as an artist, as an individual musician?
Man, that changes on a daily basis for me. Like, coming back from the grunge day, I was in Nirvana, and I went into, like, Deftones, and some really weird, like Beck and stuff influences, and then I'll drop off the deep end and go on a death metal kick. So a bunch from really weird places is where I came from. Me, Adam Jones from Tool, hands down. That's
Sweet.
That's my hero there. That nice, when he's able to take something and make it just simple and still make it rock. It's the way I love to do things.
Right. Exactly. That's awesome.
I would say Morgan Rose, he's an animal back there.
Mm-hmm.
Really all I can say.
Right. What inspired y'all to be musicians anyway, like growing up, when y'all was younger?
I wanted the girls, man.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted the girls.
Awesome.
But I realized that when you can get to a level of musician that you get the girls, but they're not the greatest girls ever. So you got to be famous and rich to really get the girls. So I had to practice. I was about to say, you mean there's another reason other than getting girls?
Is there
the part where the guitar is more important than the girl sometimes. It's like, oh, there's a new guitar. I like that shiny guitar. It's pretty.
That's awesome. So what about the rest of the guys? What kind of inspired them to be a musician?
I think I've been really persuasive with a couple of these cats. Like,
Yeah.
Brian's been playing with me since '07, and he's pretty young. I won't say kid, he's a grown man, but since he was 19, yeah.
Awesome. Is there any other band or musician would you like to work with in a studio or even share the stage with down the road?
But I'll say anybody cool. Like, I don't want to ruin some like images I have of like my idols by them being total douches. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as they're cool, I will play with anybody.
Awesome.
We try our best just to be supportive of everybody, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as long as you're cool with us, I mean, we'll try to, advertise your show or try to prop you up. I would, however, kick a puppy to do a show with, like, Coheed and Cambria or, sorry, I got off on a drip there. Like, I would love to. It would be awesome, but, oh, damn, Freddie's dead. Okay, Coheed and Cambria is cool.
Cool. If you had a choice, would you rather be on the stage or be in the studio full time? If you had a choice.
Yeah.
What for?
Studios are stressful.
All right.
I've seen the reaction firsthand. I mean, you get the crowd going, man. That's a really good adrenaline rush right there.
Right.
Studios you spend months trying to recreate what you can do in a single take live, just having fun like on stage.
Right.
And sometimes you never get that perfect take in the studio, so it's always a bunch of repetitions. You spend live every day.
Exactly. Awesome. So now, is there any pre-rituals you got to do before hitting the stage, like for the vocals or just get to warm up on the guitar, drums, or?
I usually pace back and forth and walk around with this checklist with all of our gear on it and make sure everything's there and clean smoke. That's my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Definition has us out for 30 minutes before we play. Yeah. The rest of the band comes and asks me if I'm okay about 20 times, and then we go have a killer show.
Right. Now, how do you keep from your vocals from going out? I mean, like during the winter time and so forth, or how do you keep it from going out?
Let me just go, and I've just got to slaughter them one more time, and I've been lucky enough that even when they're gone, they're still pretty much there for the most part. Mm-hmm. Everyone's got to grit their teeth in the flat parts and be like, it's okay.
Right. What's some of the craziest moments since y'all have been a band? Do you got anything, or one crazy moment that will stick in your head forever?
Yeah. Easily. Out of all the shows, like electric shows, and you get the wild groups out there, man, they're dancing around. Leave it to an acoustic show, just get all out brawl out in the audience. A chick brawl. Yeah, we did an acoustic show, and there's just the two largest women I've ever seen in my life just going at it, man. They were rolling around and throwing the punches, and next thing we know, we got Fry over there, all 5'8" of him, like blocking all the gear, and that was so hilarious. Out of all the shows to do, we get a brawl at an acoustic gig.
Wow, at an acoustic gig. I saw that where y'all was doing an acoustic show.
This had happened at a different acoustic show, but we did just do a killer acoustic show in Madisonville, Kentucky. And that was a great room. It's surprising, it was a restaurant. You don't expect that nice of a venue. Like Green Dragon Cafe? I believe so. I've got the flyer over there. I hate to misrepresent it and say the wrong name, but we've been playing several venues, and I don't want to misquote anybody, but Madisonville, you guys, awesome.
What's in store for a Lythium for the summer?
I know we've got our release date for the Nashville release for a CD release party is May 11th at Foo Bar in East Nashville. Then May 30th, we're in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, followed by May 31st, Tullahoma, Tennessee. We just had Chattanooga postponed or canceled, so we're going to be waiting on that one for a little bit. Then June, Mike Fest, the festival gig that was in Clarksville, a fundraiser for soldiers. Yeah, fundraiser for soldiers. I think the Wounded Warrior. I can't be 100% on that. Oh, actually, I just got the nod from the drummer. Yes, it is for Wounded Warrior.
Awesome.
And then some other things. We got Project Independent coming up. That is in October. That's actually quite a ways out. I'm looking way different on the calendar there. Sometime during the summer, we're headed out your direction. Just not sure exactly when yet. Yeah, I want to make a swipe, and come through Lexington and Cincinnati and hit that area hard. We'll do some daytime acoustic shows, some nighttime rock shows.
Cool.
We would love to. Want to come check it out? We'll swap some intel with you and be great.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan, man. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Now, what's y'all's favorite thing about being in the band? in a band anyway?
Picking on Fry is pretty fun. Yeah, picking on the young buck. I think we see like cool friends, man. Like since the band's been going, there's more like awesome musicians that I wouldn't have thought were like that good-hearted people. Like so many folks have reached out and helped us, and like I've got a great bunch of friends now just from us having this band going.
Right.
And that's the most hippie-ish thing I can think to say, but it's the most true. Like, we just trees, man. Yeah, we'll hug some trees, and like, there's some cool dudes that'll hug them with us.
That's always cool. Hug a tree. That's awesome. That's always cool. So now, if you can see in the future, where will you all be at a year from today? If you can see in the future.
I'm hoping sweating it out in our big old van, like playing bigger venues and getting a bigger check. That's all I want out of it.
Awesome.
Like maybe a hotel room from time to time where we don't have to smell like the farts and burps all that much. But
right. Do you all think about making like a video or something for a song off this album?
We do one in the works for a song off a record called Lost, and it's part of the way through. We've got to get production finished on it, but we're needing some more live footage to chop in. So these next 2 shows that we got coming up should have the rest of the footage we need to get this production done.
Awesome. I can't wait. It's going to be killer. So, what do you see as your biggest challenges to overcome being a musician in today's industry anyway?
I think it's hard, man. Like, it's hard to be profitable and do this. Like, I know some guys that do some cover tunes and they make way money doing it, but it's hard to split venues up and play cover tunes at one venue and originals at another. So when we decided to take that side of the fence, it's a much harder route to go.
Right.
Learning to be broke is pretty awesome, and I've got some like cheap taste now. Like when I'm at home, I don't have to have cable or anything anymore. I just kind of hang out, do the Wi-Fi thing.
Right.
Let's be frugal.
Right, exactly. So with that being said, what makes it worth it in the end, or what makes all the hard work pay off anyway?
That's the biggest thing. When folks like what we're doing, it makes every bit worth it.
So now, is there any advice you give younger musicians or bands that's just getting started in today's industry? Any advice you could give them?
Practice, keep practicing, and then practice some more. And then be like professional and nice to the other musicians, and don't try to do like ego trips or power trips because it'll bite you in the ass. We easily do 40 hours of practice a week easily.
Awesome. That's cool. So now, what do you all think about the digital world now that we live in? You know, like social media sites, downloading music, blah, blah, blah. Is it a good thing or a bad thing, like social media sites and everything?
I think the digital world killed the music industry and took a lot of the money out. But it just means you got to work that much harder to find different venues to put it out at. But it also made it easier for local bands because should be selling CDs out of the back of your car.
Exactly.
But if you're going to sell CDs out of the back of your car, you can put a quality album together for $5,000 to $10,000 instead of $250,000 now. Yeah.
Exactly. So, what all sites can listeners find you all at, and how can they get your all's music?
Well, of course, we're at Facebook.com, Facebook.com /Lythium, or maybe I got that backwards, but search it there, you'll find us. YouTube, you can find us there. We're also for download on Amazon.com, iTunes.com. We're on Spotify, 20 different other stores internationally. eMusic.com, we're on there. Pretty much Google search us, it'll pop up. Download the tunes. If you don't like it, you can Facebook me and I'll apologize a bunch, but we're starting artists. We need the money. Come on, buy it. You can do it.
Awesome.
Besides, there's trees to be hooked. Yeah, we got to move these trees, man. Come on.
Awesome. Now, I got some fun questions for you real fast so we could just have a good laugh. If someone came up to you and said they will pay you $1,000 for 1 hour to do nothing but cover songs, an hour for $1,000 from New Kids on the Block, would you?
Man, I would rap that out. I honestly would. Like, I would have to have a dirt sheet, and like, we'd actually need more than that. We'd have to work for a week to do that hour, so we'd know the new. I'm going to do New Kids on the Block. I'm going to own it.
Right.
So, yeah, I'd do that for $1,000. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because I asked last week, I asked almost a similar question to another band. I'll ask you this real fast then. If someone came up to you and said they will pay $1,000 for 1 hour to do nothing cover songs but A, Culture Club, B, Duran Duran, or C, Justin Bieber, which one would you do?
I'd go Culture Club in a second, man. Boy George. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know the word.
That's awesome. Now, if I was looking at y'all's playlist on your computer or iPod, what can I expect to see a lot of, and what can I expect out of your playlist if I looked at your iPod?
There's like non-traditional ones like Gary Jules, Mad World. There's on the Donnie Darko soundtrack, like some odd stuff like Radiohead, Beck.
Nice.
Some Tom Waits. Mom would be Tool, Carnival. Some really odd ones like Pretty Reckless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lamb Tide, Seven Dust, like I said earlier. The Dixie Chicks, he loves them. Oh, yeah. The Dixie Chicks. No, not really.
Awesome. So now, if you got stuck in an elevator for 5 hours, who would you like to be stuck in the elevator with?
The guy that cut me off in traffic the other day, I would punch him right in the nose. I would.
Would you?
No, definitely. That was funny, but no, that guy would probably kill me. You can fox in a roll of duct tape, just saying.
Oh, yep. Exactly. So what about everybody else? What would they be? Who would, if they had 5 hours to be stuck in with anybody you could pick from the planet, who would it be?
Nina Covington, the girl that's on our cover.
Nice. Nice.
If you're listening to this, it might be an interesting record release party. We could find Sugar from your radio station and just put her in the corner and play music to her for a little while.
Okay. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
I'm thinking William Shatner. I want to be stuck in an elevator for 5 hours with William Shatner.
I like to get, as William Shatner's daughter plays on that one show, Big Bang Theory, I like to be in the elevator with her.
Oh, that? Well, that is? I did not.
Yeah, William Shatner's, that's his daughter that plays that girl that's in Big Bang Theory.
Well, beam me up. Wow.
Did you know, a true fact, did you know that William Shatner's face is the molding of the very first Michael Myers mask?
Didn't know that. Yes, I do. That is amazing. That makes Daddy happy.
That is a fun fact.
Well, another cool fact is the Darth Vader face is a gargoyle on Notre Dame Cathedral.
Awesome. That's cool.
Another cool fact, I just farted and these guys have to sit here beside me.
Awesome. So, if there's nothing else real fast, you want to get what, I got one more question, I'll let you go, but I just want to thank you so much for coming on my show and talking to me for a little bit. But, any shout outs you want to give out real fast to any of the listeners that might be listening or might listen to the podcast later on? I am recording this. So
I would say thank you to everyone listening, and thank you for having us on, and someone that doesn't get thanked for me very much. Thank you, Christine Silver, the Silvergate Productions. She does our booking and A&R work, and she wipes musicians' butts and blows their noses and keeps us acting like big boys a lot. So thank you, Christine. I'd have to say Bruce Lee with Halo Guitars. Mm-hmm. Awesome guy. And he gives me a Jolly Rancher that I play with over here. And to Jonas Bell, who is not here today, but Jonas, you are awesome. Mm-hmm. We love your face. Woo! And to the Facebook picture of some boobs that I see over here. I don't know what's going on there.
So I just want to thank you so much, and I got one more question, and I'll let you go. What does music mean to you?
Everything.
Everything?
Yeah, everything. Let's go with the same. Yeah.
Awesome. So I just want to thank you again.
You're just in live. You're listening to Rockstar Radio, and this is leading to the fall.